All right, we're over here at the workbench. This is part 6. This is going to be a short one. And what I'm doing in here is I've gone through and done this. I've just checked these bearings. If this was mine, if this is my engine, I would have replaced these bearings. But we're on a budget here, and this engine really doesn't have a lot of miles on it. So we're not putting new bearings in the cases. I'd prefer to, but we're on a budget, so if it ends up biting him in the rump, it's his problem. You know, we're up to parts. Well, we're way up there on parts, or up there enough for him. So anyway, I've gone through and I pulled and replaced these, the shift shaft seal and the countershaft seal. In the process of this, I've checked the bearings and all that in our surface, and we're good. And you might notice that I've got a lot of grease on these orifices. That's not by accident. If we have a little bit on the inside, the oil will absorb it. That's one of the things about doing a break-in ride and changing your oil. But I like having these areas lubed up, and the grease will stay put. So that's kind of the strategy behind this. I also put a little bit of grease on our countershaft here, especially on that O-ring. Now remember, this oil seal got punished when this thing. Let's see, where is it at? It's sitting over here. Okay, there it is. When this thing was welded, and I consequently had to. Come on, focus now. I had to cut this off at the weld with a little cut-off wheel that I have, but it was a mess. But the welder was very skilled. But you got to remember, aluminum heat soaks a lot, so it got really hot clear out here. It got hot on. Well, let's look over here. Let's look. Oh, my magnet picked it up. There we go. This, you're having a hard time seeing it. This O-ring is really flat. It got hot. This thing wasn't sealing very good. And let's see where we're at. And the thing that rides on the countershaft, it was kind of vulcanized to this oil seal. And I'm going to clean that up. I'm going to clean it up really well. So, and I'm going to examine it. If we have too much of a ridge in here, we'll replace it. But that seals the two together. As the countershaft spins, this spins on the countershaft, or it kind of is in limbo, but it's spinning, and the oil seal is spinning, or is not spinning, and it's spinning with it, and it just kind of marries itself together. And that's another reason why to have that grease in place, just so we have that lubrication in place. So what we're going to do, I'm going to stop right here. Since we have our oil seals in place, I'm going to inspect our oil galleries on this, and I'm going to clean up this case side half. The other side is much cleaner, but remember, this thing was douching oil out of all of this area over here after they had performed their fix. So I'm going to make sure that we don't have any failures due to my lack of diligence. So I'm going to clean that up, check our oil galleries on both of these. Then we'll be talking about our next video. I'm going to do that in 2 parts, and that's going to be remarrying or putting back together the case halves. And that's going to be, let's see, I'm looking over here. Got all my goodies over here. I know this is a Yamaha, but it's going to be Honda Bond, this semi-liquid seal. That's what's going to be put on the 2 case halves. I'm going to be very thorough. I'm going to make sure and clean off this surface here. You can see there's some residual here and there on the other case half, and I'm going to flip this one over when I'm doing my inspection. There's going to be some there. I'm going to get that contact cleaner ready, and then we'll be painting that on, and we'll be going back together, and we want to be getting one step closer to the end of this project. So thanks for watching tonight. This is, again, part 6. I hope you're enjoying the series. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comments, and we'll see you next time.